back in business. I think we are in business. Okay, let's try this. Hey, what's up? Hey, I'm Kyndal, and this is Not That Serious. Welcome to the show. Um, welcome to my room. If you're viewing this audioly, if you're an audio listener, then I'm in my room, just in case you didn't know. And that is because this past week I caught COVID. I have a lot to say actually on this because why would that happen to me? Number one. Number two, I can't believe it happened to me. And you guys have to understand because I don't get sick. One thing you need to know about me is that I don't get sick. And so imagine my dismay when I go to the urgent care and they're like, yeah, it's a positive test. What do you mean? You're lying, actually, I think. So I don't know where I could have gotten it. I could have gotten it at Friendsgiving. I could have been the one who gave it to everybody at Friendsgiving. Who knows? At this point, I hate it. So we're here. So all that being said, I'm filming in my room because I'm, quarantining. I'm almost done. I should be out of here literally by the end of this week when this episode comes out. So pray for your girl because I've been in here. I've been thriving though. I've actually really haven't minded it. I had work off all week. I've been just kind of sitting here. But I think my biggest hurdle to overcome and the biggest thing that I was scared about was doing the show because as you know, I haven't done a solo episode since the first episode, and I really did intend on never doing a solo episode again. So here we are. And I bet you're wondering, well, you did a solo episode. Yeah, I did, because it was either that or skip this week, and I literally would rather not. Okay? I'd rather not. So we're here. Hey. And in the spirit and in the vein of catching COVID and being just utterly humiliated, just downright embarrassed to the core, I felt like it was only fair to drag everybody else into this and to talk about the things that embarrass us the most. So I will be reading some submissions, and it'll be a fun time. Obviously, I want to talk for a second before we get into submissions and everything. We're just going to sit here and just shoot the shit. We're going to chit chat. So, I usually ask my guests question of the week. So I feel like I have to talk to myself right now. So question of the week, what pissed you off on the internet this week, Kyndal? Oh my God, I'm so glad you asked. Let me tell you. I actually feel like because I don't have any guests, I can kind of go into a bit more depth on what pissed me off on the internet this week. It's like a reward. Okay. Obviously, there's a couple things. First things first, actually what pissed me off on the internet this week isn't even so much as what pissed me off, but this is just a PSA. If you wear Dove deodorant, you should probably stop wearing Dove deodorant. Specifically the spray-on Dove deodorant. I'm going to tell you, I was on Twitter and this poor lady had this cyst grow under her arm and had to get it removed because of Dove deodorant. And I know what you're thinking, Kyndal, it wasn't the deodorant. Yes, it was, because I can speak from experience. And I can tell you right now it was the deodorant because I have a horrible skin condition called HS. It is called Hydrodentis suppurativa. I would tell you to look it up, but I actually would encourage you not to. Don't. Okay? Don't. Unless you think you struggle with it. So essentially, it's a skin condition where you, there's tunnels under your skin that grow, and it has to do with hair follicles and things like that. It's a long-winded thing, but Black women are technically, I guess, predisposed to getting it. I don't really know. There's so much not information. Does that make sense? There's so much that people don't know about this, so it's hard to kind of explain it. This lady did not have HS. I do though. So imagine my dismay because I've been getting laser. Okay, so I get laser on my Brazilian, I'm a little bum bum, and under my arms because I used to get these horrendous, what I thought were ingrown hairs. I thought there were these horrible ingrown hairs that would just grow, and they were these big, horrible, TMI guys, we're just here, hey, girl talk. There were just these horrible situations, and I think if I can save a life, I'm going to do that. Okay, so just don't mind me. Skip over this, I guess, if you don't want to hear about it. But anyway, I would get these horrible ingrown hairs, and I was like, oh, it's HS. I found out. I got diagnosed, and then I started getting laser, and when I tell you all the bumps pretty much went away, they did. Okay, except for this. Now, I started using Dove's spray-on deodorant several months ago. And this would happen like every other month. And I was thinking maybe it was like connected with like hormones, because like it would happen like around my cycle. But I would get like this cyst under my arm. What the fuck, right? Like I was like, what the hell? And so I would stop using my deodorant. I would use like tea tree oil. I would like put like heat compresses, like, and it would go away eventually. But then I would obviously like go back to my deodorant, and I was like, it's probably because it's got aluminum in it. Like that was like my whole thought process. I was like, it's probably because it's got aluminum in it. I tried to switch to like aluminum free deodorant. I wouldn't get the bump, but I did not make the actual connection that it was the Dove spray on deodorant that I was indeed using until I saw this Twitter thread. And it was this lady who literally used the Dove spray on deodorant, and she grew this cyst, and it was so big, like bigger than any of mine have ever gotten. And she had to get it cut out. So this is a PSA to not use Dove spray on deodorant. And that pissed me off on the internet this week because what do you mean? Dove, like what's in the deodorant, bro? Like why would that happen to people? Why is that a thing? Why is that a shared experience? And what was sadder was there were so many people in the comments being like, this happened to me too. This happened to me. I had this happen. I got a rash under my arm when I was like, no, not Dove. Dove, seriously, girl, come on now. That pissed me off on the internet this week. Now, another thing that pissed me off on the internet this week, since we're talking, since we're here, honestly, I kind of like this solo episode thing. I'm kind of thriving here. I'm kind of vibing. So another thing that pissed me off on the internet this week, and I feel like a lot of y'all are not going to be ready, willing, and able to receive this information, but I'm going to give it to you because who would I be if not a pot stirrer? Let me just get a sip. The way I move my water out of the way so I can get a sip of something else. Last Monday. Yeah, by the time you listen to this, it was last Monday. Last Monday, Charli D'Amelio won Dancing with the Stars. I personally am very happy about this. What I'm not happy about is everyone shitting on her. Let's talk about it, because I don't think some of y'all are ready to have this conversation, but let's talk about it anyway, okay? I get it. Like, we're annoyed with, like, the people that get famous for doing nothing, especially someone like me who is like a creator and also like not white. Okay. So like, I get it. Like there's like a lot of qualms we have with these white creators that absolutely do nothing and they blow up and they get famous and they have all this money and all these brand deals and da. Okay. Right. We're not going to be bitter today. We're going to just talk about why I'm pissed. Charli won Dancing with the Stars. Love that for her. I think she deserved the win, but a lot of people don't. I want you to really ask yourself, and I'm really speaking to the people who watch Dancing with the Stars all the way through. Ask yourself truthfully and completely, do you think somebody else deserved it more? Quickly. And I'm not saying that any of the top finalists were bad dancers. They were all great dancers. Everybody was great. But we're really going to sit here and you're going to deny that girl's talent? Because it's like when you talk about Charli specifically with the Dancing with the Stars, they bring up the fact that she was trained. She has a dance background. So did every other finalist. So did literally every single finalist. Shangela is literally a drag queen and has a background in dance. Wayne is literally a Broadway star, background in dance. Gabby, or is it Val? What is her name? Is it Gabby and Val? I don't know her. Okay, I know she's a bachelorette though. And you know what I found out on Twitter? That she was a cheerleader and that she also has a dance background. Who else was in the finals? Wayne, Shangela, Gabby, Charli. I think that's it. You're really going to sit here and tell me because that girl did did training that she's not valid? I'm sorry. She didn't do ballroom training. Like, are y'all really that dense? Are y'all that silly and dumb and stupid that you think for 1 second that competition cheer or competition dance is the same thing as ballroom dancing? Because I can tell you right now that it's not. And I'm not even a dancer. Y'all are going to piss me off. Y'all are really going to make me angry. And I think what made me really mad is it's the same people that are like, fuck Charli. She's not talented at anything. Fuck her. And she comes out and she does the thing and she does it well, mind you, because if you haven't watched Dancing with the Stars, I actually really encourage you. Like, she's a really, really great dancer, ballroom dancer. She's amazing. She's really good. She's better. She's, she does a little renegade or whatever, but she's really good. Okay. You cannot take that away from her. She won fair and square. Like, I'm sorry. Like, she got the mirror ball. She deserved it. But y'all gonna piss me off because it's the same motherfuckers that are like, oh, fuck her. she's not talented. She doesn't deserve a platform. And then when she wins, it's like, oh, well, that's not fair because she already has training and it's not fair. What's not fair? Really, tell me what's not fair. Y'all are going to piss me off. So yeah, I have several bones to pick with anybody that had a problem with Charlie winning Dancing with the Stars, and it was rooted in the fact that she was a fucking competition dancer. No. Moving on. Today, we're going to talk about things that embarrass us all. I'm embarrassed for all of America. If you think, no, I'm kidding. So, let's talk about it. I'm going to pull up my little notes here because I was asking my friend Vivian. I said, Vivian, like, I'm supposed to talk about what embarrasses me. Like, what is embarrassing? I can't think of anything. And when I tell you that girl, like, immediately started just roasting me out of nowhere. Here's a couple things she came up with. I am gluten intolerant. So I guess that's embarrassing. Anytime I've ever cried over a man, that's embarrassing. She liked to remind me of the time. Now, I think any black girl can relate to this, okay? There was one time I got my hair braided and I really just didn't like the way it looked, and I had to take it out like the day I got home, like literally hours later. And she was like, "Is that not embarrassing?" I was like, "No, it is embarrassing, but also like valid." Like valid. You really gonna sit here and tell me I'm gonna just allow myself to like walk around looking the way that I look unhappy? You want me to be unhappy? No, but I was embarrassed because it's like, Jesus, like I spent money. I sat in a chair for like 6 hours. And then the second I get home, I was like, I just can't do this anymore. You need to take this out of my head. Are you kidding? Are you not embarrassed? I was. This was something really specific, but I guess I should be embarrassed. There was one time I brought my friends and I to a club in Atlanta. If you're in Atlanta, hey. We went to a club. I hyped it up. I don't know why. I don't know why I hyped it up. I don't know why I said that it was like going to be so fun. But I did, and we went, and first of all, there were so many mistakes. We went later than we should have. Like, we should have left the house at like 10 or 11, but we left at like midnight. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. So we get there. The line is like all the way out. Okay. And there's like one bouncer like checking people. And I mean, they're like actually like checking and scanning bags and shit. First of all, not first of all, because people do shoot in Atlanta, but like, really? It was only one of them. Why is there not two? Or maybe four? Because it was an obscene line, y'all. It was an obscene line. And here I am. I'm embarrassed because I hyped this place up. I was like, we should go. Like, we should really go. And everybody was down. Nobody questioned me. Everybody believed me. And I remember sitting in the line. We waited for like an hour. I remember sitting there and I was like, if everyone has a bad night, it's my fault. Like, I ruined everyone's night if we all don't have a good time. Luckily, most of us had a great time. But I am embarrassed that we waited an hour outside this club only for the club to shut down an hour later because, as you know, the bar shut down at 3 and we got in at like maybe 1:45. Maybe that. Okay? That's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for me, for my friends. I'm humiliated. Moving on. Okay, so this was a very specific story that also came up. So I'm going to tell you all about the time that my friend was talking shit about me and I saw it. So where does the story even begin? So my friend was having a small gathering at their house, and I don't think I was invited. I think it was because it was like a club situation, like they were a part of this club. But my roommate was invited, and they all went to this event. I had to go with my roommate though because I was with my roommate. Now, mind you, this is like my best friend at the time, so it shouldn't even be a problem that I am physically there. I didn't want to be there. Like, I didn't want to intrude on anything, but it was like they were so mad that I was physically there. Let's keep that in mind. 1. Then 2. I go with my roommate to this event, and essentially was like, my roommate was like, I didn't have time to drop Kyndal off at home because we were already together. And if I did, I would have missed the event. So hopefully you don't mind. She's here. My friend did not take very kindly to that. They were very angry about that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit in your room. I will be out of your hair. I literally I don't even want to be here. I don't even want to be here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just put me in the room. So they did. They put me in the room and they let me play with their laptop. And I was like watching Netflix or whatever on the laptop. Now, this is where it gets horrible. So I'm watching Netflix on the laptop, and if you know how like the Macs are set up, I really like cannot even remember how this happened, but they had like do not disturb on or something, so their notifications weren't coming in, but something happened to where I could see like the numbers on the messaging go up. Like, the messaging app, and it has those little like notifications. So I could see the like notifications like ding, 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 like go up. And then I wanted to switch from Netflix to a different streaming platform. And in the middle of my switch, I see the message app pop up. I'm not a nosy Nelly by any means, but I did see my name. And when you see your name pop up in text messages, what are you going to do? You're going to look, and you're going to get your feelings hurt, but you're going to look. So of course I see my name and I'm like, okay, T. And I look, and lo and behold, my friend, my bestie boo, my gal pal, my bestie, is talking shit about me in their group chat with their friends. And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe she's fucking here. Like, she's so fucking annoying. I can't stand her. I cannot believe. Like, I wish I was making this shit up. Wish I was making it up. Talking shit about me. I was in the house on their laptop. So, like, to me, at least, it's like, if you're going to talk shit about me, you should probably just, like, make sure that all the proper protocol is in place where I won't see that you're talking shit about me. Like, are you sure? Needless to say, that was embarrassing. Because, like, why would you do that? What's more embarrassing is I was still friends with them after that. Cool. So enough about me and my embarrassing stories, because this is going to be a shorter episode, obviously. I don't want to sit here and talk your ear off, but I do want to have a little fun. So I asked you guys on every single social platform imaginable to submit to this Google Forms and tell me your embarrassing stories, submissions, admissions of guilt, just anything that would make us all congregate together and make us feel like we're not alone in this. Like, we may be humiliated, but we're humiliated together. And that is really sweet. Also, following the theme of the show, I thought it would be kind of funny to wear my Bold and Brass shirt, because I'm sure Squidward was really embarrassed. When I don't know why I feel the need to tell people that. Like, I was like, that is so good. Like, when I put this shirt on, I was like, this is such a good shirt for the theme today. I'm in a really good, like, I'm doing really good. Like, this show is everything. Yeah, so let's actually get into these submissions real quick. I'm going to read them for my laptop. I haven't seen any of them, so I'm so excited. Okay, let's go. First things first. I'm gay. Is that an admission of guilt? Just like you wanted to get it off your chest? Like, congratulations. I'm really happy for you. I just want to know, like, what the context was. Maybe that was Riley. I don't know. I also don't want to, like, invalidate anybody's feelings. If it wasn't Riley, congratulations. I am happy for you. Love is love. Our next submission says, my ex used to have a fart kink. So during sex, I'd fart in his face and he'd go crazy, but it's so embarrassing that I tell no one. Oh my God. Girl. Or like, oh wow. Oh wow. No, okay, that's awesome actually. I don't have anything to say to that. I don't. Okay. Moving on. I have questions. I have questions. Like, how did you discover that? Was he like super like upfront about that? Was he just like, listen, like, I gotta tell you, like, right here, right now, like, I'm really into this and I'd like it if you did this. Also, like, when you were having like sex, like, how did that work? Like, did you, oh my God, I have so many questions. Like, did you like bottle that up? Like, were you not like nervous to like, I have so many questions. Can you DM me? Like, I think we need to talk. I have a lot of questions. Next one. In first grade, my friend had a cool pencil sharpener, so I took it and then told them that I thought the teacher threw it away. That's not nice. That's life. That's not nice. But I felt that though, because I used to steal a lot of shit when I was in elementary school. I'm talking like if a pencil hit the floor, it was mine. Sorry. You don't care about it enough. It hit the floor. It is mine. Any pen I saw, especially those like really fancy mechanical pencils, I was taking it. I was taking it. If it hit the floor, it's mine. Finders keepers. So honestly, it's like mean because you stole it, I guess, directly from your friend. But I get it. But also, like, she must have like had, or your friend, I guess, must have had like a very specific vendetta against said teacher. Because like, why would a teacher just throw a pencil, a perfectly good pencil sharpener away? That would be really fucked up of them. So, you're the perfect scapegoat, not the perfect motives. And for that, I'm rating that submission a 3 out of 10. Oh, okay. Let's do this. Should we rate them? Like out of embarrassing? Yeah, let's do that. So, one being like a super, super, like not that embarrassing. Like I'm not that humiliated. And a 10 being like, girl, you probably should never have submitted that. Like I'm looking at you crazy. So that to me was like a 3 because like you're first grade. It's not that embarrassing. You know, it is what it is. However, the fart kink, I'm putting that as like a solid 8 because like how do you tell people that? How do you tell people that? Like how did you even muster up the courage to type it? I have so many questions. Okay, moving on. There's this someone at my job that basically, all caps, everyone hates. Why is basically in all caps? Okay, that basically everyone hates. So now there's a group of 5+ of us that will cut them off whenever she speaks on her walkie-talkie. So funny. And they have no idea it's happening. I guess it's not like embarrassing or like an admission of guilt. I'm gonna rate that like a nice solid 2. But what do you mean by basically in all caps? Who actually likes her? And I feel like I feel like it's pointed because when you say basically everyone hates her, that means there's one person that actually really doesn't mind her and they have to have some sort of rank or pull above everybody else. So it's like, well, we can't all just decide we hate her because the boss actually likes her, whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, all that to say, you cut her off on the walkie-talkie? That's tea. I wouldn't have any idea that was happening either if I'm really sitting here thinking about it. Like if somebody was just cutting me off every single second on the I wouldn't know. I would be none the wiser. Yeah, that's a 2. That's a 2 for me on a level of embarrassing. That's a 2. So during my last week of college, I hooked up with this fine ass man and really got along well. 2 nights later, I went out again and was hoping to see him again so we could hook up. In parentheses, he didn't give me his number. Red flag number 1. Yikes. But anyway, boom, I'm sitting at the bar, drinking my little drink and looking around. I start talking to this girl sitting next to me and she starts saying how she's also looking for a guy she hooked up with the night before. Oh, so I'm like, okay, I'll help you look if you help me. After a second of describing this person, we realize we're talking about the same man. Almost immediately after, he appears at the bar, sees us together at the same time looking like a deer in headlights, but still says hi to both of us. Neither of us get with him at the end of the night, but the next day was graduation, and guess who was sat next to me during the commencement? Him and his whole family. I really had to come up with something real quick when my mom asked me who was that when he said hi to me. Not my finest, but I giggle about it time to time. And before you ask, he was an Aquarius. I am an Aquarius too. I love that she threw in that he was an Aquarius. No, because I needed that information. Wow. Okay, I need to digest this. So you hooked up with a guy last week of college. You got along great. That's awesome. And then he never gave you his number, but you go out again, hoping to see him, and you hit it off with some girlie at the bar. I hope you guys are best friends, actually. He shows up, and he's looking silly, but y'all are looking silly because you both hooked up with the same guy and you're looking for him. What a whore. What a slut. That guy's a slut. That guy is a slut. And I'll say it again. Especially if you're an Aquarius. Slut written all over it. That is a man whore. I can't. Oh my God. And then did you know that he went to school with you? Like, I have questions. Did you know that? I mean, it's the same like college town, I guess. If I'm rating this on a scale of like embarrassing, I'm gonna give this a 5. because I think would be humiliated to find out like some man hooked up with me and some other girl the same, essentially I guess the same night. Um, Humiliated. And then you guys sit next to him at commencement, humiliated. Ugh, what a slut. What a whore. Fuck that guy. I hate that guy for you guys. Okay, yeah, I'm rating that a 5 out of on the embarrassing scale, but not for you. But for him, oh my god, 12. Be embarrassed. Be humiliated. Do you have no shame? Do men have no shame anymore? Yeah, I'm looking at you. I'm looking crazy actually at the camera, like directly on the camera, like you whatever. Next one. This is fun, guys. This is really fun. I was on my way to work one day after breakfast at Chick-fil-A and a morning coffee. I made it after my morning commute of about 35 minutes and I realized something. No, I already know where this is going. My stomach was a bit upset with me that morning for some odd reason. I was getting ready to leave the parking garage when all of a sudden I had to fart. Cool, no biggies. People fart. For including that. Oh my god. Wrong. I just shat my pants. Mind you, I was ready to walk into work. I even got there a bit early to set up and a little downtime. It was so bad. I shit you not. Pun intended. So what did I do? I had to use the remaining napkins from my breakfast to wipe my ass, as well as dampening some other napkins to, oh my god. At one point, I had to use my car visor to sit on top of so I didn't get poop on my seats. It took me all 30 minutes. I was early and then some to wipe my ass and walk into work. For those who may be confused, I did in fact have an extra pair of underwear and an emergency kit I keep in my car, so I truly got lucky. Wow, actually. What? I'm just sitting here like smiling because, like, girl, what do you mean? What do you mean? You shit your pants? I think honestly the funniest part of this story is that people fart! Exclamation point. You're right, girl. They sure do. Yeah, that sucks. I don't even like okay, because nobody saw you shit your pants, so I feel like that like brings the level of embarrassment down a little bit. I'm gonna give this a solid 4 because I would be embarrassed. I would be really embarrassed. I'd be like, oh my god, I cannot believe I just shit my pants. Um, yeah. Are you okay? Like after that experience? Because like I'm sorry. So you you went and you shit yourself and then you sat on top of the car visor so you didn't get shit on your seats. Oh my god, did you take your pants off? Well, yeah, because you said that you use napkins to wipe. I'm just like trying to like envision in my head how this like works. So you're gonna tell me you shit your pants and you're like, oh fuck. So you pulled, like you're in your car still driving, question mark, or did you pull over and then you use the remaining napkins and some water to like wipe your ass of the shit? Where did you dispose of your clothes? You had an extra pair of underwear in your car? How does that like how do y'all think to do I guess like I would never have an extra pair of underwear in my car. I should though, shouldn't I? Like now I'm starting to think. But I don't plan on shitting myself. But I guess nobody plans on shitting themselves, do they? Questions. So many questions. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 4. I'm sorry that this happened to you. It took you 30 minutes to wipe your ass and walk into work. I mean, this is crazy. Moving on. One time I was in class with a raging stomach ache and tried to why y'all keep sending me fucking shit your pants fartings? Like, why are y'all sending me these? I guess like I get it, it's embarrassing, but like why like so many? Like, do y'all have like nothing else? Like, where's the material? One time I was in class with a raging stomach ache and tried to let one rip silently. It ended up being loud, rank, and wet. Guys, seriously? Like that's enough. That is enough. Oh my god. I ran to the bathroom thinking I shit myself. Good news, I didn't. Bad news, it was lube from butt stuff the night before. I mean, guys, what are you talking about? Yeah, actually, that's a 7. Like I am embarrassed. You, Oh my God. First of all, the fact that like you were in class and it ended up being loud, rank, and wet. Like I know, like your words, not mine. Your words, not mine. First of all. Second of all, I want to know the reaction of the other people around you. Like, what kind of faces were they giving you? What kind of looks were you getting from your professor too? I'm sure, because whether you were in the back of the classroom, that shit let freedom ring. Okay, that bell was fucking. I just like cannot do this anymore. What are y'all talking about? Why are you sending me these shits? Why? How many of y'all shit and fart and ruin your trousers? How common is that? Is that common of an occurrence? Not for me. I've never shit my pants. Let me be careful, because I don't want to say that and then shit my fucking pants. But I've never shit my pants. And so I guess I'm just like having a hard time with this, grappling with this. Now, thankfully, this wasn't shit. It was lube from butt stuff the night before, as you put it. So yeah, I am rating this a 7, because I think it's one thing to shit your pants. It's another thing for you to think you shit your pants and then you get there and it wasn't shit, but it was lube. Like, how did that, like, oh my God. I have so many thoughts. That's fine. 7. You get a 7. If I read another like fucking fart shit story, I'm gonna throw this. I'm quitting. I'm gonna quit. This is what y'all wanted. You wanted me to quit. You've never wanted to hear this show again. You got your fucking wish. Everybody that was praying on my downfall, you wanted it. This is what you wanted. Jesus. Next one. I literally used to stalk my boyfriend. Awesome. And the guy I liked while I was dating him / after we broke up. Pause. Let me read that again. I can't. I literally used to stalk my boyfriend and the guy I liked while I was dating him / after we broke up. Okay. Like drive past their houses with headlights off and looked into the windows of their houses in my car because they used to keep the blinds open. I also have an innate ability to find out any info about any person, whether it be the internet, their friends, sly leading questions. I'm gonna find out the info I need. I can't even like blame you. I have a horrible, also embarrassing story to tell. I thought I would never tell this story, but I'm going to tell it. This might make me sound psychotic, but we're all friends here. I used to do something very similar, except I guess I didn't stalk anybody. Stalking your boyfriend is crazy. Like, you could just go over there. You know what I mean? But there was a guy that I was talking to once, and we would text a lot. And I don't remember what set me off this night, but something set me off. And this is horrible. This is horrible to admit. I mean, this is humiliating. I went to a friend's house, and I actually got one of my other friends to do this. And this guy was texting. He wasn't texting me back. I was trying to figure out why. Like, what was the deal? And I was like, he's either asleep or he's fucking somebody else. So we're going to go to his house. We're going to ding-dong ditch him. And if he answers the door, we know. We went. We ding-dong ditched. He did not answer the door. He was asleep. So, I'm going to give this a 9. Just because I can personally relate and I shouldn't be able to. Like, I shouldn't. And I can feel the humiliation bursting inside of me. This is a really good submission though. But yeah, to me, stalking your boyfriend, that's crazy, girl. Just go over. Just go over. It says after you broke up. So I get it. Yeah. I would recommend nobody do this. I'm healed now. I did that a while. And I mean, I'm talking like years and years and years ago. I am no longer like this. I don't do that anymore. We're growing. We're evolving. We don't want to be embarrassed anymore. That's the goal. So yeah, I'm so sorry. That's a lot, but I don't blame you. I don't. I think that you're great. Yeah, but that's a 9. I'm sorry for your loss. Moving on. I will never forget, I was in middle school and I was doing a presentation about the sea and I said semen and everyone was laughing at me and I cried so hard. That's a good one, actually. I'm really sorry. That's funny though. Semen. Grow up. That's what I would have told them. On a scale of how embarrassing, I would give this a 5 just because I know what it's like to be in middle school and have things really just like be seared into your memory and never be able to get rid of them. And people laughing at you. That's something you'll never get rid of. That's a trauma that I wouldn't actually wish upon anybody. So I get it. 5. Moving on. I once was stuck in traffic and had to pee so bad that I ended up peeing myself trying to get out of my car and soaked my seats. They were not leather seats. Damn. No. No. I'm really sorry. No. How'd you get it out of the seats though? Like, did you clean the seats? I have I'm so sorry. I am. I mean, fuck. Like, and then for them to not be leather seats too. Damn, you know? Sorry for your loss. I am. On a scale of 1 to 10 though, I am going to give that a 6. Because to have that constant reminder, I mean, how long does your car just smell like piss? You know what I mean? I've also been in the position where I needed to pee so bad. And I will tell you, I've never shit my pants, but I have let a little bit leak. Okay. And it was because I was in Buckhead, I think. It was Halloween. This was 3 years ago. It was Halloween. I needed to pee. I had a friend in a sorority who took me on a damn like trip or whatever. We pregame before we left. And then when we went, I remember being on the bus and being like, I have to piss. And she was like, you're going to have to hold it. There's no bathrooms on this bus. And we're not going to be able to get to a bathroom until we get to the damn bar. And we got to the bar. And oh my God, why was the line out the building? So long to piss. And I was literally I was starting to shake. I was starting to convulse. I could not hold it anymore. And I did let a little bit leak. I did. I'm sorry. Now, nothing like running down my pants type like situation, but like, oh my God, I had to let it go. Cause like I was done. I was done for. So I get it. But to have it in your seats, and have that be a constant reminder, I'm really sorry. So yeah, what did I say? A 6? I'm giving that a 6. Sorry. Next one. One time in the 3rd grade, a girl told me that she had a processing disorder and couldn't count well. So I made her count to 50 in front of me and she cried. That is fucked up. That is mean. Why am I laughing? It's not funny. Why did you do that? Like, is that supposed to be embarrassing? If it's embarrassing for you, like, that's a 7. Because, like, that was just mean. That is not nice. You made her count to 50. I mean, why did she take you up on that? Okay. So many questions. That's a 7. That's not nice. Get help. Mean. Okay. This is the confession I've been waiting for, and I'm very excited to read this. It says, I got accidentally drugged at my dad's wedding by my stepmom. This is some Reddit shit, okay? I have not read this, but I did see somebody commented actually under the TikTok, and they briefly mentioned it, and I told them to please go submit this so I could read it. So I'm finally here to read it. So to start, my dad and stepmom are big drinkers. I like the other stuff and naps. Gotcha. But for their wedding week, I definitely tried to rally and keep up with them. So the night before their wedding, we were all drinking a good bit, and I asked my soon-to-be stepmom to put out an Adderall for me to take the next day since it would be so long. She told me she'd put it on the counter on one of the wedding invites. I don't take Adderall or any medicine much really, so when I put the tablet in my bag to take the next day, I didn't think anything of it. The next day, I was thankfully one of the first bridesmaids to get my hair and makeup done. So around 12 p.m., I figured I'd take my Adderall since pictures were at 3 and the ceremony started at 4. About 10 minutes after I took it, I'm sitting with the other bridesmaids and I realize I feel really weird. Like, really weird. I ran outside to call my best friend and she looked up what the pill looked like to figure out what it was. It was Ambien. Oh my God. It was Ambien, a very strong and sometimes Xanax-y sleeping pill, if you know, you know. But my stepmom would have felt terrible and flipped out if she knew what she accidentally did. So I ran back inside to the maid of honor and told her the situation. She calmly walked me to the bathroom and held my hair as I tried to throw it up, but it was too late. I was already geeked out of my mind, so I just gave up and took a 3-hour nap on the bathroom floor. Got up, took an actual Adderall, and then had a great wedding and partied until like 7 a.m. I've never been drunker, and we all managed to hide it from my parents until they came back from their honeymoon. Oh, wow. I don't think this is embarrassing at all, but oh my God, an Ambien. First of all, I don't know how different. I should look up how different they look. Yeah, I guess I could see how you could get that confused. But I'm worried for your stepmom because why does she have Ambien in her purse? Did you I yeah, at why did she have Ambien? Like I have so why did she have that? Oh, I'm so sorry that you got drugged at your dad's wedding. I'm really sorry about that. I don't think that's embarrassing at all, but I do really thank you for submitting this. Um why did she had an Ambien? Like I'm still really definitely like I'm so confused as to why she had an Ambien in her purse. But you know what? To each their own. Everybody has their own thing going on. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. That one time I was getting off a flight in Atlanta and accidentally cut through first class and ran into Offset, and he looks me up and down to say, "You look good, girl." Meanwhile, I'm snotty as hell, sniffling, and didn't realize it was him until I was at baggage claim. I missed my shot. So embarrassing for me. Oh, that is sucks. That's crazy. Why were you crying? I'm sorry. That's crazy though. You did miss your shot. I'm going to rate that about a 6 on embarrassing level cuz damn, girl, how you fumble like that? In the Atlanta airport too, you got to be looking sharp over there. You don't know who's flying out of there. That's crazy. Um moving on. On a date with my quote unquote boyfriend in 8th grade, I was on my period for the first time. I was trying tampons and my mom told me I could leave it in for 8 hours. Rookie mistake. So my little mans comes over and we're watching a movie in my living room and hanging out, sitting on the couch. It's a grand old time. It's time for him to go because his mom came and I stand up and there's a huge blood stain on the blanket I was sitting on. I think he pretended not to see it or maybe he didn't, but I was mortified. I was so mad at my mom because I thought when she said I could leave it in for 8 hours, that would mean no leaks or changing. Rip. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Really, really bad. At least you could do a tampon in 8th grade. You want to know my embarrassing fact is I didn't wear a tampon until I lost my virginity. Sorry. There was something sinister about using a tampon to me. Like putting something up there sounds horrible. I don't want to do that. Who wants to do that? But that sucks really bad. I think any story about like periods and like anybody possibly seeing it, like, oh, that is so embarrassing. Oh my god, it just sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna rate that a 5 out of 10. Just because like periods shouldn't be embarrassing, it shouldn't be shameful, but I mean it unfortunately is, especially when you're in 8th grade. And also I would have been mad as shit at my mom because like, what do you mean? You said 8 hours. Like I understand. Ugh, I understand that. You said girl. Anyway, this one says I probably wash my sheets once every 6 months, the pillowcase more often if I'm breaking out. Why'd you tell me that? 6 months? 6 months? 6 months? Like, guys, like, don't tell me that. Oh my god. All right. Moving on. If you don't think that's embarrassing, that's on you. I think you do think that's embarrassing though because you did submit it. And my question to you is if you think that's embarrassing, fix it. Wash your sheets more than once every 6 months. Oh dear God. Can you imagine what's living on your sheets? Can you just think about that for 5 seconds? Think about what's living on those sheets. Dirt, grime, crustaceans. You got fleas in there and they have names. Like, you got to wash your sheets, babe. Next. This one says, I still pick my nose sometimes, like for boogers to this day. Okay. And then part 2, apparently they had to add a part 2. I still pick my nose because it's just the most effective way to get rid of boogers. Felt like I needed to explain that. Got it. It's your life. It is your life. So live it how you want to. Next. When I was in high school, I had a massive party with like, oh, do I need to rate that on a scale of 1 to 10? I mean, I feel like a lot of people pick their fucking nose. I'm not really like offended by that. I just think it's funny that you needed to explain yourself. So I'm going to say a 3 because like, let's be adults here, you know? Okay, next. When I was in high school, I had a massive party with like 80 to 100 people there. I knew I was 17 at the time, and I knew the cops were going to come because of how close I lived to the police station. So I memorized my rights and was not going to let them motherfuckers ruin my Halloween, period. They naturally came around 1 a.m. I go out with my 18-year-old boyfriend to prove there was an adult. That motherfucker was 7 foot tall and pushed me out of the way into my house. I immediately pissed everywhere. I pissed all over my kitchen as these two cops and my boyfriend watched. Ultimately, it's kind of fucked up, but more funny than anything now. LOL. Did not tell anyone that story for easily like 5 years. Wait, like, wait. You pissed? Like okay, like was it like a trauma response? Like somebody pushed you and you were just like, oh my god, I have to piss? Or was it like, you know, dogs get really excited and nervous and so they start peeing everywhere? Like was it like were you peeing because you were nervous? Why were you peeing? Was it like like was it like a breaking the seal moment and you were like, oh, like I can't even control it, I'm just pissing everywhere? And the cops and your boyfriend just watched you piss everywhere? Did anyone offer you any help to get a towel? Did anyone get you any? Like, I have questions actually about the pissing. I'm gonna call that. That's what it is. The pissing. Um, yeah, I'm sorry about that. On a scale of 1 to 10, though, I am gonna give this a 7. Naturally, because like they just watched you piss yourself and did nothing like that. Yeah, that is embarrassing. What the fuck? I have questions. I feel like a lot of these confessions have me left with just more questions. Well, that's all our submissions. You guys really brought it. That was a lot. Like I felt like I just went through like a ton of submissions. Guys, thank you so much for watching this solo episode. I hope you had a fun time with me. If you liked this episode or if you like the show at all, please make sure you rate it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and you share it and you give it a thumbs up on YouTube, and you share it and you share it. Please share this podcast. We want it to reach all the thousands of people out there that need something to cling to when they know it's not that deep. Thank you for rocking with me on this episode. I know it was a little embarrassing. It was a little humiliating, but we got through it together. If you cringed at least once, you have to send this episode to somebody and tell them that it made them think of you. You thought of them. Okay, bye. I can't do this anymore. See you later. Thanks for watching. Talk to you another day. Bye. See ya.